Welcome back to V-World. Today is Sunday, which we talk about our Sunday slip in prices. However, we've come across something here that we're in a Pokemon boom. There's no doubt about it. Sets are flying off the shelves, difficult to get a hold of. Pre-orders, we're crossing our fingers for MSRP. It's getting a little insane, which is not a new thing within the hobby. This has happened many times before, but we're on another wave of this high for Pokemon, all right? With that, our Sunday slip, doing this weekly, looking at prices coming down, is becoming increasingly more difficult. Now, I do have some stuff to talk about today, and I'll probably have some stuff to talk about next week. But I also have in the back of my mind that this may not be a sustainable video in the interim right now with this boom going on. And for that, we'll shift a little bit in how we can discuss prices in general on Sundays. So that may be forthcoming, but for now, we don't have to worry. We do have stuff to talk about. In fact, one thing I want to talk about is this giveaway, these 3 cards. 2 days ago, I posted a video asking for 150 likes, and those cards are going to be going out to 3 winners. We have surpassed the 150 likes, but you still have a chance to go out and get those cards as a possible win for you. So go back to that video 2 days ago where I first announced that. Like the video, comment down below so you are entered to win, and subscribe to the channel. And in doing so, with subscribing to the channel, you will be one step closer to winning this, the Pokemon 151 poster collection. We are on the road to 4,000 subscribers, and I think we got about 150 to go. So we are working our way there. Once we reach 4,000 subscribers, I'm giving away that poster collection, that 151 poster collection, to 1 lucky subscriber, 2 3-pack blisters of Surging Sparks, and 5 Pokemon mystery card lots. 8 winners overall. I wanted to do something a little bit bigger, a little bit more for multiple people of the channel, subscribers of the channel. We're going for 4,000. I think we could do it before the year's out. With your support, it's possible. Go to this video here and leave a comment on that one. That way you are entered for that giveaway. But for today, with the Sunday slip, looking at cards sliding down in price, let's dive in. We have Pikachu EX out of Surging Sparks. This is the gold card, all right? The gold card, the full art gold. This price has been pretty crazy. This one is clearly not realistic. I don't think we're sitting at 150. No, we're not. We've been slipping down here. 150 was a few days ago, but are we slipping down? Are we correcting? It's hard to tell. We've had kind of a release time period with this set coming out just in the late or early November here. Late October, we were getting some sales happening, and it was a big boom on the set. The hype was really generated on this one, and then we grew up a little bit to the Black Friday deals because there were discounts and everything, so that kind of inflated the prices a little bit, because if there were discounts places, by buying them, you were getting a percentage back, stuff like that, and people are adding a lot more to their cart at that time of year, so naturally, people see it being bought, the sellers are increasing the price, and we ended up spiking out at almost 175. Oh, geez, $200. What is that? 195 there. Sorry, I misspoke. And we are now recovering. I think it's more of a recovery than it is a slip in price, sitting around 136. So I don't know if we could say it's sliding in price, but it's coming down. If you're looking to get that one, you might be in a better position now than you were just a week or 2 ago. My Milotic EX, similar story here. This one's at 133, and again, it really just feels like a recovery more than anything, not so much a big slide down in the price. We haven't had this set out very long, and price stabilization has not completely taken place. Terapagos has been falling pretty much from the start, and right here at the end, just a little bump to try to stabilize around $75. This may be our level here. I was kind of holding my breath a little bit and crossed my fingers for $70, thinking that'd be a worthy pickup there for that one, being the chase of the set out of Stellar Crown. That wouldn't be too bad. We are going to talk about a little bit of Shrouded Fable, because this is one of the few sets where prices have been steadily coming down. There was a little bit of that Black Friday holiday spending boom that went on, and now it's kind of recovering back down, but we're still sub 50 on this one at 49.37 for Cassiopeia. Duskull, this little trio here, the Duskull, Dusknoir, all that, those were pretty cool. I thought that was a pretty nice setup, and it's getting to a little bit more of a reasonable range. Again, looks like we're just in a recovery because the spike really took it off here. We were down to $20, which I think is where it needs to sit, so we may see a recovery back down to that. 20 seems fair on this card. It's just a special illustration rare. It's not an overly complex art. It's not an overly popular Pokemon, so I would say 25 seems a little steep on that one right now. Dusknoir here, similar story as far as where I think it should sit price-wise, that it shouldn't be too overbearing for a collector just because of the simplicity of it. Yes, the trio works well together, but I feel like at maybe $60 you should be able to pick up the 3 of them or thereabouts here. And we are getting closer to that $20 range here, $20.80, moving along there. The next little section I want to talk about is not English. I know the focus has been English, but we got to talk about the Japanese Terastal Festival. This has been a pretty crazy set. If you've been on any sort of social media, you see it on Instagram, you see it on TikTok, you see it on YouTube, all over. People are opening this set non-stop. And of course, we should see prices coming down. This is the new Eevee set. This is the modern version of the Evolving Skies, correct? So this is going to be our next big set here in English, set to release in January 17th. Orders have been difficult to obtain, pre-orders at least, and I've been reminding people, and I'll remind you again, do not FOMO. Do not freak out. Do not have a fear of missing out, because it's going to be out there. Pokemon Company is a company. It's in the name. They want to make money. They print shiny cardboard to make money. And they do a lot of other things. But the biggest piece of it is the TCG. We as collectors, we as people who want to open it, people who play in the actual game, and yeah, even scalpers, everybody's clamoring to get this stuff. And they know that. So they're going to print it out like crazy. When we get a little bit of an idea of how prismatic evolutions should go, we look to the just recently released Terastal Festival from Japan. They're going to be a near equivalent set, although there are some differences, and one of those differences is a master set of Terastal Festival, as difficult as that may be, is going to look like child's play compared to prismatic evolutions, because each of the regular cards from the set is going to have your regular card to go out. The reverse holo, the Pokeball holo, and the Master Ball holo. That's insane. That's a master set that seems unobtainable. So I think a good way to go with it would be a master set in a more traditional sense, having the regular and the reverse, having a premium master set, adding in that Pokeball reverse, and then a grand master set, adding in that Master Ball. I mean, it's going to be psycho. People will lose their minds. But the fact that so much is going to be opened for people who are chasing it will actually lead to a lot more on the market. So if we steady ourselves, there may be a chance to obtain some of these cards at a slightly better deal than they otherwise could have been. And we're going to get a little bit of a window into that just looking at the top pulls out of Terastal Festival, starting with that Umbreon EX. Yes, we will see this in English, but this one has been a steady decline. Everyone was going crazy for this thing, and yeah, $300 is a lot for a card, but this makes more sense from the release date down to our current date and time. Getting it to sub $300 here in less than a month is great news, and the openings on this have been wild. The fact that there's been so much being opened, no reprint's been announced yet, but we know it will happen, especially with a set like this. There's going to be a lot on the market. There are going to be a lot of cards on the market, and people are going to want to take advantage of the higher prices as sellers now before it plummets too far. I would love to see this steadily work its way down with a market deciding that. Not some manipulation, not some crash on a card, but a just steady slope down, showing this card getting to about $100. I think that's reasonable for a top chase card with so few cards in the set, really, and this much being opened constantly. Sylveon, we're already getting close to that $100 mark, and this is our number 2 pull out of the set. Now, these are the main pulls. We do have a couple Master Ball pulls that are even more difficult than some of these and higher priced, but I'm not discussing those at this point in time. $115 for the Sylveon. Moving to the Leafeon, interesting to see that the buzz for Leafeon, as it's not super popular, was much lower at $60. It's climbed up and now starting to recover a little bit, sitting at $68. So interesting that that went in the opposite direction from your normal trend of having a FOMO price and recovering. Similar here, but not entirely, because The release had just happened, really. So it was just figuring it out in the first week or so. So we had a high of 76, and now we're down to 61.79 for the Espeon there. The Eevee that we know now in English will be a promo in a super premium collection. So this will be a guaranteed or near guaranteed possible pull for everyone, as long as you're willing to get that, or on the secondary market. These should be pretty readily available as far as price point. From Terastal Festival, it is a special art rare, or secret art rare. I don't know if they call it one or the other, but we do have this one coming down here in the neighborhood of $55 there. So again, we had a spike up, and then now we're recovering a little bit. Still early in the set here. Glaceon EX here coming in at $54 there. Really like the artwork. I feel like when we got those first early looks, some of these just pattern backgrounds that were more obvious stood out as being so different that they weren't as enjoyable, and then once we got a closer look, they all kind of have that same feel, that it's a pattern background really showcasing it. And now they kind of all work really well together. I do like the cohesiveness of the different cards, the variations there, the evolutions. Vaporeon EX coming in less than $50 here, just shy at $49, and a good steady decline here from its all-time high so far. Eventually, these cards probably will grow in price, but we got to get through this wave. We got to get through Prismatic Evolutions coming out. We need to get through a reprint on Terastal Festival before we really start seeing what this is like. I mean, we're talking another year before we know where these cards are going to land in price. The fluctuation of the market is pretty insane. So we overreact, we freak out, people FOMO, then there's mass spending when they see it spiking up a little bit. Cool off, people. Patience. Time is key. It's going to work for you. Flareon EX, pretty neat one. Probably one of my lesser favorites of the set here as far as the SARs, but still pretty cool. And I think I'm getting over the crown, as many people are, that it's kind of something that's a part of it, but you're kind of looking past it, and you're really embracing the new versions here with this Terra crown going on here. We have it at $43.42. So getting close to that $40 mark. That'd be nice to see on some of these, right? Like this Eevee here out in the garden or something, sitting around $40, right? 40, 48, yeah. Looking good there, and a nice decline on that one. Like we need to see after a set releases, this is normal, just a trend down. So this is not really cards are slipping, they're falling, no panic, nothing like that. This is just normal, and we like to see normal. This repetition of normality through the set releases, whether it's Japanese, English, Korean, wherever. It would be good to see this repetition play out, maybe giving us a little confidence in Prismatic Evolutions that it's not all the hype we think it is. Yeah, it's going to be cool. Yeah, there's going to be a lot. But once people start opening it, once people start selling it, once people start seeing the pull rates, it's going to be difficult. If you're going to go for some sort of Grandmaster set like I described earlier, yes, it's going to be really difficult. But if you're looking for a few chase cards, if you're looking for a couple specific Pokemon that speak to you, it's going to be possible. I mean, $36 for this one here. $36 for Jolteon. That's not bad. That's not bad for a top chase set. I'd take Jolteon over all of the other SARs beyond the evolutions. You know, so for the lowest evolution being at $36, that's a good place to be. I'd like to see a couple others come down a little bit. Maybe, like I said, that Umbreon getting as far down as 100, maybe 150 on that for the top chase. But none of this outrageous stuff anymore. Just Pokemon Company, print enough. Get it so it's not always easy, but we're not freaking out about it. I feel like there's a lost sight of their initial target. Their initial target was children. And now people my age, I've been hearing so much on the comments that it's people my age who are collecting, and now they're doing this with their children. So they're passing the torch, they're going on the chase, they're doing the hunt, and finding those cool cards, getting that feeling of pulling the Charizard as a child, getting that feeling of pulling the new Moonbreon. I mean, giving that to your kids, that's a big portion of what this whole entire hobby is about. Getting them excited, and then learning the game and competing, and knowing that you can win, but also you can lose, and that's okay. You know, a little bit of normalcy, I think, would be fine. But we've been kind of trapped in this a little while now. That Greninja EX, the Pikachu EX, crazy prices, crazy. It doesn't make any sense. Why would Pokemon Company do this to themselves, to their franchise, to their fan base? Why not Why not? I'm just saying. Why not lean into better pull rates? That instead of 1 in 3 packs you're getting a hit, and usually it's meh. Maybe it's 1 in 3 or 5 packs you're getting a great hit. You know, just saying. Why? Because everybody thought Obsidian Flames, oh, too easy, blah. Look at Obsidian Flames. Time will pay it off. It's going up in price now. You know, oh, Scarlet Violet Base, oh, who wants that? Look at Scarlet Violet Base. Time, it's paying off. It's going up a little bit. Just because it sustains at a certain price point doesn't mean it doesn't have potential growth. But I think these wild swings are just out of control. I wish Pokemon Company would do a little bit more about that. I don't have that kind of control. I only have this. I can do something about this. The Pokemon 151 poster collection going out to 1 lucky subscriber, 2 3-pack blisters of Searching Sparks for 2 additional subscribers of my channel, and 5 Pokemon mystery card lots for 5 additional subscribers. 8 of my subscribers, once we reach 4,000 subscribers for the channel, are going to win the various prizes there. Can't wait to give that away. Again, 2 days ago, go enter to win. We've already hit the threshold that we needed for the 150 likes. So I'll be announcing that tomorrow. Can't wait. But go back and leave your comments so you're part of it. Like it. I'd love the support there. Like, comment, and subscribe. Be a part of the channel. And I post 7 days a week. So I'll see you tomorrow. Peace.